just team news out of the Pats game and the injuries.
Yeah, we just had a few knocks. Conor McCormack was on the bench. His ankle has settled down, so he should come back into contention. Alan Bennett should come back into contention. Shane Grislin had a knock after the night, but we're going to wait and see. Stephen Beattie had a knock. Garrod, another one that should come back into contention. So it's one of those ones that we played 2 hard games last weekend. Weather has changed. There's a lot of extra energy being used with the warm weather. So we gauge things up to tomorrow, but I'd be hoping that most of us will come through to be okay.
Also good games against Pats, the last Shamrock Rovers the other night, after a run of four wins. Another tough one as well.
Yeah, well, they're very good at home and they score lots of goals, and they scored 5 against Derry last week, got a couple against Sligo the week before, so they'll be knocking goals in at home, and they obviously play quite attacking football, and they get the full-backs in around the back, and they've created a lot of chances, a lot of energy in their team. Liam's brought a lot of younger players, Mark E. Lennon and Thomas Byrne, a lot of at the back he has Desmond and Toner, so a lot of players that are very early 20s, so lots of energy in their team. So I keep saying every week, you go into Pats, they're on a great run, they're in contention at the moment for Europe, and they see themselves that they can qualify in the top 4, which they can. And every game, it's about making sure you're ready and you're right from the off. And as I keep saying last week, we get 2 very good performances, 2 clean sheets, scored 6 goals, but it means nothing if you're not ready to start the game tomorrow, because it's another 3 points, and that's the way we're reviewing the game.
I know there's a while left to go, I suppose, in the league, but you don't want to be dropping points at this stage. I know with Dundalk 2 ahead in the table either.
Well, it's not about anyone else, it's about ourselves. You don't want to be dropping points any week. But that's just the way it goes, But the most important thing is, I keep saying, from our own point of view, the team has done really well. We're thrilled the way things have gone, considering the changeover personnel, and the lads are doing great. So, but from our own point of view, I've said it from the start, we need to get to the break and be in around the top, and the second half of the season look after ourselves. So, from that point of view, it's not about anyone else. It's about ourselves, focusing on our own game and trying to get the result, and that's what we try to do every game.
John, do you prefer playing against a team like Pats, who will have a go at you and not just camp in their own area?
Yeah, well, it's a different challenge, Dennis. I suppose it's like a preparation. You do different type of work. If you're playing maybe towards last week's matches, where we expect to sit in, so your training sessions are differently, they're geared differently, and you do your structured training and how you're going to play and what you need to do to break teams down. Obviously, with Pats, we know it's totally different, because they will have a go. They're a very attacking team, and so we need to. And we've looked at where they're very good and what they're very strong at. So you need to be prepared for that. But at the same time, you look at the areas where you think then you can exploit them and cause trouble. And so that's the. It's been difficult in a short week. That's why I said it's great Friday to Friday. Then it gives you three or 4 days to prepare for the match, and you can do work every day on specifics. It's different because after Monday you're in recovery, and the bodies are tired, so it's harder to do the intense work that you want to do. But at the same time, look, we did a bit of work this morning, and we are used to playing Pats, because our style is quite similar over the last number of years with Liam. So that's it. I suppose, do you prefer playing teams like that? I suppose you just deal with the challenge that's ahead of you, and it's just a different challenge tomorrow.
And Stephen Beattie back on the right wing on Monday night, I suppose his return is good for you, and that it gives you more wide options, whereas he had been right back for so long. But now that you've called him who can play there, it allows you greater flexibility.
It does, and that's what we want. And I suppose ultimately in the attacking areas, we feel that we can create more chances. We think there's more goals in the team, and it was great for Beats to come in the last day and do it. It's been difficult for him because he's been injured for a good spell, and when you're out for a long time, your fitness, your sharpness drops a bit. But to be fair, he got 55 minutes, he was fairly whacked after the match, now, to be fair to him. But for the first 30-35 minutes he was really good when he came on. So the last number of weeks he's been getting game time, and so that's what we're trying to build him back up. And but yeah, he has had an impact, and that's what you want. you know, and similarly, you know, Carl Shepherd had a few knocks there about a month ago. He's got a clean bill of health now again, and he's coming back. We need those guys because they're game changers and they're guys who can get you goals and create the chances. And so yeah, it's good to have Beats back, and that's the position hopefully that we'll use it in future. And you know, we hope that maybe our fullback problems are sorted, and that you know, we don't pick up injuries or suspension. So that the likes of Colin has done very well. Griff, obviously we've still Toby who could come in. Conor McCarthy's played right back as well. So you know, we have a few options, but obviously we prefer to play Beats in his more natural position.
It's probably a great source of satisfaction, John, the guys that have taken their chance. The squad is so good now. I'm thinking of Jimmy Keohane and Barry McNamee as the defensive two the other night. I mean, fellas are really, you know, when they get the chance, they go for it, don't they?
Well, I suppose the thing about it, we have players that are versatile and have played in a number of positions, and sometimes, to be fair to them guys, it might be difficult because there might be the occasion when in a certain position they may not appear to be as good as they are in other positions, but they've done the job and they never moan or complain. And I suppose you look at the other night, you know, Barry was asked to go in the sixth role. We probably knew we were going to have a lot of the ball, you know, and he did brilliant in there. And it was a type of game where we had a lot of the ball, suited him, control his passing was brilliant. Jimmy has been fantastic since the day he's come in. He's totally underrated player because his work rate is superb, his attitude. All of a sudden he started getting a few goals, and he's getting into the areas to get goals. And you know, so from that point of view, you know, the two lads have done great. But everyone has, and I keep saying, lads, you know, to have any chance of doing anything, you need guys who can just work their socks off. We have quality, we have skill, you know, we've guys with tremendous talent, but you have to put in the work rate, and if you do, you have a chance. And you know, you know, it's a myth out there, you know, when you see people, you know, talking about top quality players and that, or you know, luxury players. There's no team in the world that wins trophies as luxury players. They're just brilliant players, and they put the work in. And you know, you look at any top team, you know, you look at all the talk at the moment about your man, that's Salah. You watch him for Liverpool, his movement, his work rate is phenomenal. You know, he's not like he just stands waiting for the ball. So at any level, so and that's why I keep saying that, you know, we've so much talent out here. The new players that come in, it's just buying into the attitude which they have, that you have to give the performance and they have the high energy performance, and then your talents will come out. You're having the luxury to have 2 or 3 fellas standing around the park waiting for the ball. You know, that's not going to happen. You're not going to win trophies if that's the case.
Past few games as well, Gary seems to be playing more forward, as is evidenced by the fact he's got 3 goals in 2 games.
Well, Gary is another very, very underrated player in this club, and you know, it's amazing. You know, people like to look at the flash players, but Gary Buckley, you know, since we've taken over this club, has been every week being 7, 8 out of 10, and you know, he's generally gets double figures in the league in goals. Didn't get it last year. Unfortunately, this year picked up a knock, missed a number of games. So all of a sudden, we just feel in the last month he's back on track. But that's what we need, because ultimately, Gary Buckley playing like that every week, we know he'd pick up 10 or 12 goals throughout the season, and that's what you need from that position. So it was good to see him getting the 2 goals, because it gives him confidence to go last week as well. But it just shows you, like, he can score in the air, you know, he can score inside the box, he can score from outside the box. He's a brilliant ability, but he just, as I keep saying, like every player, it's about consistency. And sometimes when you're younger, it's hard to understand that. And then all of a sudden, you know, Gary's getting to 24, 25, he's been around a long time. It's that consistency week in, week out that, you know, I mean, not only are you doing your work on the pitch, but you're also getting goals. And you know, it was great for him to get the 2 goals the other night.
Going back to Pats, I think it featured their team as well. The back 5 have been the same. Now, they had a blip the other night because Barry Murphy cried off just before the game, and the Canadian lad played on goal. But Madden, Toner, Desmond, Birmingham, they've been very, very good, just like your own back 4.
They have really good, and I suppose the thing for Liam is that he's had this settled back 5 with Barry Murphy in goal, and no doubt did it have an effect the other night that there was a change of goal? Of course it does. Yeah. It does affect the players in front of you, and even though you know, to be fair to the Canadian goalkeeper, was he responsible for the goals? Probably not, but it does have an effect on the back four because they're not as comfortable. They're used to the goalkeeper from behind, as we know from Mark Minot to here. So yes, they've had a steady back four, and that's why they've done so well. And but even out throughout the team, you know, Lennon has come in. He's done really well for them. You know, he's had Conal Byrne, who's always been rock solid. You know, the other side, Dean Clark. He's had Ryan Brennan. So Liam has probably had about 8 to 9 of that team that have really started the season and played all the way through. So they're much more settled than they would have been in previous years. So but like, we know how good they are. We know their strengths and whatever. But at the same time, you know, it's making sure that, you know, tomorrow that our energy is ready, that we're ready for the game, because it's going to be every game every week is. There's no difference. You just have to be ready on your game from the start, and if you are, you have a chance of getting points.